Greetings, Spring 2019 Intro to Alternative Energy class. My name is Bill Johnson and this is my demonstration video for my solar hot air collector. I am coming to you from overcast and partly sunny Gloucester, Mass. It's a breezy day, winds coming in around 10 to 15 out of the southwest. Not a great day to demonstrate a solar collector. As a matter of fact, I was kind of under the gun to get this put together to catch the sun today because the forecast for tomorrow doesn't look too good. So what we've got here is the solar collector that I've assembled. I have built it from a window that used to be on my house. A long time ago. I've had it in storage actually for just such a project. The nice thing about this class is it gave me an excuse to build the solar hot air collector. I've been wanting to build it for a really long time. I've been researching solar hot air collectors basically on my lunch breaks for the last 5 or 6 years, and it just hasn't bubbled up into priorities with going to school and working and having a family. So it was nice to have the opportunity to make use of the time and do this project. So basically the entire collector is built around that window. The inside, the actual collector elements are dryer duct, aluminum dryer duct I bought at Home Depot. That's actually that and the spray paint are the one things that I bought specifically for this project. The rest of it is designed around the window, and the materials are all recycled. So this is actually plywood that an above ground pool was made out of that I've had stored on the property for a couple years. I used SolidWorks to model this window and then used SolidWorks to design all of the components for this collector around the window. And that enabled me to cut everything out. Thankfully everything fit together pretty well first pass, and right now the sun's coming out nice and bright, so I'm going to start off by sharing with you some results. And that is that the ambient temperature today, maybe I'll show you towards the end of the video, is about 14 degrees Celsius here in Gloucester, and I think that my meter might be coming in backwards in the video, but at the moment with the sun shining nice and bright on the collector's running in pure convective mode. There's no fan driving this. We're getting a temperature of about 39 degrees C when we sample from the outlet, the top of the collector. This hole that I've cut right here, the air coming out of here is nice and toasty warm. We just have ambient temperature air coming in through the bottom. I've cheated a little bit here today. I've angled the collector as best as I can, reasonably, towards the sun. I'll point out that the arrays inside here, if you can see past the gleam, these are all, like I said, dryer duct. I've painted them with stovetop paint, the kind of thing you'd paint your wood stove or your barbecue grill with. It has a really low emissivity value. And we know that's important from the research we do on solar air collectors. Anything that's going to be a solar thermal collector needs to have, a really high emissivity value. If you've taken a heat transfer class or even maybe taken a physics class, you know that emissivity is a value from 0 to 1, and one of its properties is how well it absorbs heat from radiation, and in this case, heat from the sun. And as I'm talking here, the sun is shining brighter. The temperature coming out of the collector is approaching 40 degrees. Now, I based the design of this collector off of a website called builditsolar.com. It's one of my favorite lunchtime perusing websites. I always like to see what kind of projects they've got posted there. There is at least one example of projects where people use dryer duct or aluminum downspouts to act as the solar collector. And basically in this case I did a hybrid design of two different projects that I've seen on that site. One of the projects was a downspout collector. All of the elements of the collector are vertical and they are ducted in parallel. Another design used dryer vent just like this, except they did a serpentine design, just one serial path, and I looked at those two and said, wow, I would really like to do the dryer vents because they have these round cross sections, which means that I think more of the sunlight can be normal or perpendicular to the surface of these for longer in the day because they're round than the rectangular ones. So I opted to duct these in parallel and lay them in here like this. Coming back around to the recycled nature of the collector, you can see there's a reason why this window was taken off my house. It's in pretty rough shape. This is really just a demonstration project. I really hope to be able to build some collectors like this for my house. I'm genuinely interested in alternative energy. I'm speaking to you from next to my Chevy Volt. I'm really proud of this little baby. It's fun to drive. I like operating in electric mode. It's super efficient. And if I walk you around the house, we'll come around and see south for me is in this general direction. And I'm hoping to be able to build a set of arrays for my house that go right up on this wall behind me. This wall is generally south facing, and in the winter time having a steeper angle means you can get more of the sun's rays. So my hope is that perhaps I can, pardon me while I try to get that in the shot, if I can fill this wall space with some arrays, maybe I can help offset some of my heating oil bills. So I hopefully I covered all the points. If not, I'll get them in the report for the project. Thanks a lot for your time. Bye-bye.